Hi everyone, this is Diana Ulibarri and Cassandra Dean, and this is our lesson concentration lesson plan that we put together, and our movement was locomotor movement. For the game that we chose to focus our lesson plan on is the game Frogger. Frogger is a physical education game that I remember playing back when I was a student, and we chose this game because it accommodates and qualifies as a locomotor movement, including the jumping, squatting, running, skipping, and so forth. Frogger is a physical activity that requires small groups of students, not necessarily between 4 and 5, can go a little higher depending on the average class. It doesn't really have a specific number. But Frogger is a fun game to play indoors or outdoors, and what the student has to do is jump across either the field or the gym or the room and have to reach the other side without being hit with the small balls that the students will roll or toss at them or land on one of the items that are laying on the ground. This requires the students to practice their jumping, balance, everything like that. It's a great way to participate your locomotor skills, as I mentioned. There's a lot of jumping involved. It's a great way to have students participate in physical activity without the hall of shame. From my experiences, students actually enjoy this game and have a lot of fun with it. There's no way to really shame a student for not being able to participate, and it's a great way for educators to assess and help their students and see fundamentally where they're at with their locomotor skills. So how to do it: you put your students into 5 to 6 per group. Each group will have someone hop across the room or outside in a frog stance. And if you are hit or land on one of the items, you have to start over. And the winning team is the team that gets all of the group members across successfully without having to restart from the start line. The reason why we chose this activity, number one, because it's fun and interacting with all the students. But the standards that it's meeting is move to open spaces within boundaries while traveling at increasing rates of speed. So as I said, these standards qualify for locomotor movements, which is why we chose these ones for this activity. The second standard that we loved was jump for distance, landing on both feet, bending the hips, knees, and ankles to reduce impact force. Again, locomotor movements involved landing, jumping, bending, and stuff like that. And for the last one, we chose skip and leap as also common locomotor movements. Benefits of this game, number one, is that it actually qualifies for all of the movements listed right here, almost all of them mostly, and it's a great physical education activity for the students to engage in. It really helps the educators see exactly where their students are at and how they can be assessed properly for locomotor movements. Here are some of our resources at the end, and we hope you enjoyed our presentation.